So Marina Mabrey was a player for the Chicago Sky. And since going to the Sun, she has just said this. Being a part of a team like this that is so disciplined with a championship mindset, I haven't been a part of that yet. Ooh, this is completely true, but still, Mabrey, no! No, not with the day that's in it. Not with the fact that your next game, you say that, your next game is against the Sky. It is against the Sky. You're gonna win by 20, but still. This is not the time. Not the time. Sky fans freaking hate her. Sky a good team, just need to focus less on online presence. No, the Sky are a garbage team. I'm not going to talk about their individual players. Their individual players are fine. They've hit like 6 3-pointers in 3 games. They're averaging like 2 3-pointers a game post Olympic break. You useless B were 13 minutes and nothing. They brought Bonner off the bench for the first in 5 years to keep Mabrey in the lineup and almost lost. Marina Mabrey. I mean, she is struggling. She was really good that first game. She had y'all gassed that first game as the real Marina Mabrey. Yeah. I mean, she started off really well. It's the first quarter of the first game. But I will say, look, there's not even a debate. Rachel Banham maybe shoots like Mabrey. Mabrey does a lot of good stuff. Marina Mabrey does a hell of a lot of good stuff on the court. I think she's a good passer. She rebounds well for a guard. Can't guard anybody, but is a decent shooter. And that's the funny thing is, like, with people being like, oh, it makes no Marina Mabrey needs to come off the bench. She probably does, to be fair. Like, I think maybe DeWanna Bonner just said, cool, I'll come off the bench just to keep Marina Mabrey happy. Maybe she's coming there as a starter. But, like, if you look at the last couple of games she's played, like, she had 17. She had 17, 11. But, like, the 11 points in this game were on 17 shots in a loss. And then she had 5 points on 6 shots. Not the worst thing in the world. She did very well against Dallas. But, again, she's just figuring it out. Mabrey is just figuring it out with a new team. Like, it takes time. I still can't believe DeWanna Bonner came off the bench. Still, though, she was 2 of 11. She wasn't much better. She was not much better. But, yeah, so if you are the Chicago Sky, this is Marina Mabrey's revenge game. Like, any interview that she's had talking about the Sky, she's not talked too favorably on the organization. Ironically, she is one of the very few people that has talked favorably on James Wade. A guy who was basically credited with screwing over the entire Chicago Sky organization. And then also the Chicago Sky gave up so much to get her. They gave up, I think, the 5th pick in back-to-back drafts. The only reason the Chicago Sky had the number 2 pick was, am I right in saying? No, sorry, I think they gave up the 5th pick. That was Lou, which doesn't matter. Sorry, Lou. And then I think they gave up it was a pick swap last year, which brought them down to 7, or which brought them down to 8, and they traded up to 7 with the Lynx so that they could get Reese, because Shara Reeve didn't want Reese. And yeah, it was they probably gave up too much for her, but the Sun also gave up nothing. Like, for people saying, oh, the Sun gave their 1st round pick this, yeah, but like Chicago gave them their 2nd round pick. They moved down like 7 spots in the draft. And we've seen in this year's draft that, like, the 11th pick in the draft, how often is that a good player? You can find someone in the 2nd round, sometimes it can give you the same. But if I am Chicago, this is a game that matters. Look, if you are the Sky, I hate to say this, Sky fans, you are not making the playoffs. You can't, like, your team sucks. And I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry. I don't hate Teresa Weatherspoon as a coach. I think Teresa Weatherspoon is not the greatest X's and O's coach, but I think she's a player coach. She's a player's coach. I think she can get the best out of a lot of individual players. But, like, Lindsay Allen can't shoot. Rachel Banham can shoot. Cardoso can't score from more than 4 feet away from the basket. Kennedy Carter can't shoot the three. Diamond Shields can barely shoot. Dana Evans sometimes can shoot, sometimes shoots 1 of 15. Izzy Harrison, she hit like 2 threes all year. Mariah Jefferson doesn't play. Onyenwere can't shoot. Bree Turner, don't even remember the last time I saw her play. Elizabeth Williams, they're sitting there for the season. The roster is constructed, if you're a Sky fan, to get them out of make sure they're not in the playoffs. But again, if you are a Sky fan, there are games you want to win. You obviously want to win all of them, but like this one matters. You can take losing to Asia, that's fine. You can take losing to Washington, who cares? If you're a Sky fan, you want to win this game to get the revenge on Mabrey. You want to beat the Fever, obviously. You want to beat Cheryl Reeve, maybe. You're playing the Sun again at the end of the season. You want to beat them. Like, that's me just thinking what games they really want to win. But this one is a must win. Like, Marina Mabrey has done nothing but talk SH1T about the Chicago Sky since she's left. She very clearly did not have a good time while being in that organization. And she's let the world know. So, if you're Angel Reese, this is your game. I don't think, by the way, for a lot of people saying that there was like some falling out, I don't think there was no falling out between Angel Reese and Marina Mabrey. Ironically enough, the player on the Sky that I think wants to win more than anyone else is Angel Reese, and Marina Mabrey just wanted to win. I think they were the two players that wanted to win the most. So I don't think, and Kennedy Carter, I don't think there was any bad blood there. I think if it was a different organization, it's just the Sky wanted to tank. Mabrey wanted out. The Sky weren't going to compete, and Mabrey wanted out. And you can see that that's all that she wants at this stage in her career. But it's weird because she's not that old. Like, I don't even think, is she older than me? Like, Marina Mabrey is 2 weeks older than me. So, she's not that old. Unless you consider me very old. But, yeah. I don't think we see her being an all-star. I think this is a situation where she probably ends up on the Valkyries next year. I don't see them keeping her. Because what I think is probably going to happen is they're going to try re-sign Bonner if they can. They're going to have to re-sign Carrington to a big contract. They're going to have to re-sign Bree Jones. They're going to be able to core Alyssa Thomas, I think, and run it back with that big four. And just maybe this is their 1 year to try win it all, which is getting in Mabrey. And then you have the benefit of she'll be the best player in the expansion draft, so the Valkyries will probably take her. So there's no real risk for the Sun, but for the Sun to really, really like push to go and win a title, Marina Mabrey does have to step up and be an efficient 15 points a game scorer.